Hello, I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world, whatever you are up to at the time of day you're watching this. My name is Nick and I'm coming to you because I am exploring who we are in Christ, looking at our identity, our true identity. In so many ways, we try and seek out our identity, and I think we're actually created to do that. But I know for me, and I know for so many of us, it's so easy to seek our identity in the wrong places. And I think at the moment we're in a season where God is wanting to really open our eyes to our true identity because He wants us to walk in true intimacy with Him and in the fullness of who He's created us to be. And I think that if we can make that the foundation of our lives, knowing who we truly are, what will flow from our lives, the fruit of our lives, what God builds in and through us will be truly amazing and incredible. Today I was reflecting on the concept of friendship. And I guess I'd like to ask you to think about friendship in your life. What does friendship mean to you? When you think of a good, true friend, what does that look like to you? And I guess as you're reflecting on that, maybe you can think about, is there anyone in your life at this moment that is that kind of friend? I know for me, friendship, when I think of true friendship, I think of those relationships where I can just truly be me, where I can let my hair down, where I can just be myself and know that I am free and safe to do that. And I think as well, a true friendship is a relationship where, and this is a mutual thing, it goes both ways, where you know someone on a deep level, you know who they really are, you know what makes them tick. I think you even know their fears, their insecurities, their doubts, their struggles. And I think you know how they operate. I think sometimes you can have those friendships where you can predict how someone is going to respond to something or a situation, how they're going to act. You know what they like, what they don't like. It's a true friendship, I think, is a beautiful and a rare gift. I know that to be the case for my own life, that those friendships can be so rare, but they're so precious when you have them. But what I love is that God actually calls us His friends. Jesus says these words to His disciples in John 15 verse 15. He says this, "I no longer call you slaves, because a slave doesn't know what his master is about." You see, the difference between a servant or slave relationship and a master is there's this level of authority. Like a master has authority over the slave. They tell the slave what to do. They direct what their lives are looking like. They don't tell the slave why they're doing that. They don't let the slave into a relationship with them because that's not what the relationship is about. But Jesus is saying, I no longer call you slaves. That's not what it's about. It's not about me being up here and you being down there all the time. He says, I have called you friends because everything I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You see, God has initiated that kind of relationship with us where He is revealing Himself to us. And ultimately, He revealed Himself to us through the person of Jesus Christ, coming to this earth, revealing God in human form. And Jesus told us everything that the Father wanted Him to tell us. He let us in to His life, into His world, because that's what the Father wants. He wants that kind of relationship where we can truly know Him. And He wants to know us in that same kind of way. I mean, He already does know us, but He wants us to let Him into our world as well. He's hungry for that. He then says in verse 16, you did not choose me. He says, I chose you. Jesus chose you and I to be friends with Him. And I know for many, friendships, that whole topic of friends and friendships can be a painful one because so many of us are maybe in a season of life right now where you're feeling very lonely, where those kind of relationships are absent, or maybe it brings back painful memories of at school perhaps when you were younger. Maybe you didn't have many friends and you felt lonely, you felt rejected, you felt like people didn't accept you for who you were. But God is saying here, or Jesus is saying, that's not how I treat you. You're a friend. I have made myself known to you, and I want that kind of relationship with you. I want that intimate relationship with you. So he doesn't call us slaves anymore. He calls us friends. And it's such a beautiful concept to really ponder on. And so I want to leave that with you to reflect on today. What does that mean to you that God calls you his friend? And as you reflect on that, how is that going to affect the way you approach him, the way you interact with him, the way you relate to him? How's that going to change your life in this moment, knowing that God calls you his friend, that he's made himself known to you, that he hungers for that kind of relationship with you? If you want to know that verse that I quoted you just now, it was John 15, verse 15 and 16. And I hope that this has been a blessing to you today. I look forward to continuing to unpack this whole idea of who we are in Christ over the coming weeks. So have an amazing day, and I will talk to you again soon. See you later.
Connect with Narrow Way Ministries on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, email, or online at narrowwayministries.net.